All right, so we have Richard Anderson from What About Auburn here to come up and answer questions, and we have Ted Adams from Sweet Distractions. So you guys can come up. We have our Q&A.
Just have your phone.
Do we have any questions out there?
I have a question. Anybody see my cameo in Sweet Distraction?
I was actually going to ask you what coast did you do that specific type of cameo?
No. So first of all, the cameo was me putting on makeup in the other car. But no, this was for I couldn't get anybody else to do it. So I was too cheap to get someone to say, well, I'll put a wig on. And by the way, not even my sisters knew it was me. So, even though I look like my sister.
So, Richard, in the interview, we were talking about, one of the especially challenges of documentary, especially when you're going into small towns, is getting the people to talk to you. So how did that come about? Where you actually were able to get the people to open up to you?
We had a huge piece of luck. The first person that we interviewed was the lady in the cemetery. And she was there with her sister preparing the family gravesite because of the Memorial Day weekend coming up. And she has 3 veteran family members in that cemetery. And as it turns out, she had been to the premiere of my previous film, which was about Mike Morningstar, who was a Vietnam veteran, by the way. And the whole time of that last movie, I was thinking about him and other people. Anyway, she had been to that premiere, and so she said she already knew who I was and trusted me right away. And she had grown up in the town, so she went down into the town and told a whole lot of people who I was, what I was doing, and that I could be trusted. So I had that huge piece of luck. Thanks.
And I think that, as everybody knows, this business is all about relationships, and we're making relationships here at this, but he actually made a relationship he didn't know through his work, and that led to other work, which is also another...
Well, a question for Ted is about the crew on Sweet Distraction.
This time you took my question, but then...
You're welcome.
So, I mean, how many people here play soccer or some other sports thing? Okay. So you want to go to play soccer, you go to a soccer field, you just get a pickup game, even if you don't know anybody. So doing films is kind of a drag if you've got to everybody wants to get paid to make film, I get that part. But if you have an idea, it's almost like you've been cursed that you got an idea. Because then you got to get people to help you shoot it. And I said, you know what? And I talked to some friends about it. I said, look, I got an idea for a really dumb movie I wrote it driving to work, literally.
Putting on his makeup.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, people trying to, secretly text. And then I said, I wrote it down, I wrote it up, and then I said, hey, you guys want to shoot a film next weekend? And so some friends of mine came in and we shot this. Now, I was talking to Clint before, we tend to try to find folks who have disabilities to help us on film sets. So in this case, I wanted to learn something, so we learned about how to use green screens. So all that was shot in the garage of my building, or in the parking lot, then for Thanksgiving break, we got some footage of driving around Humboldt, California. So that's just all green screen fun, cool stuff. But all volunteers, except for the actors.
Question?
Oh, I was going to make a comment with regards to What About Auburn. One thing that's critical with getting a good interview is to just get them to relax and to trust you. One of the better interviews that we captured there was Chester Osborne. We showed up at his house and he says, well, I'll be glad to talk to you, but I won't talk to you on camera. And of course, we were there to record him on camera. There was any point, there was certainly plenty of point in talking to him, but it wouldn't have given us something that we captured. Right. And we were there, after about 30 minutes, he warmed up to us, and the next thing you know, we got one of the best interviews of the bunch.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a testament, though, to what, not just saying, okay, fine, and turn around and leave it. You built the relationship, that allowed you to then move forward, just like everything else, and actually get into, like you said, end up with the best stuff you got. And I think that's one of the things that people, I think, forget, actually, especially the young or new people into the industry. You've got to build those relationships, you know, and you build them by being there, ready to work, on time, and, you know, being nice to everybody, and just putting it together. I mean, you know, we know that's what we got to do. What's next for both of you guys? What have you got? You got anything in the works? I guess is the thing.
We have several ideas, but interestingly, another West Virginia town, Cape on Bridge, has invited me to come. They want to see this movie, and they want to talk about the possibility of us doing a film about their town. So maybe I get the franchise on, you know, small town America films. I don't know.
Hey, that'd be great.
Well, I'm producing a documentary that's going to come out soon. I'm working on another World War II film, believe it or not, about Native American who's caught behind enemy lines, true story, in the Philippines, and MacArthur had left, and he had to galvanize these Filipino tribes who hate each other to kick the Japanese out. That's a true story.
Wow.
And then I'm writing a couple of screenplays, and then more importantly, launch the Laurel Channel. So I'm spending a lot of time trying to lift the tide for everybody for film. So please send me your stuff.
Cool. All right, thank you.
All right.